Hi, everybody. It's Michael Levitis from JurisQ.com, where we bring you different attorneys, different practice areas, various states to discuss your frequently asked legal questions. Today, we have with us Stephen Zielinski from the law office of Herbert Warrens from the state of New Jersey. Stephen, thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you, Michael.
In our last session, we talked about truck accidents in New Jersey and how you can get the maximum compensation if you were injured in such an accident. Now let's talk about motorcycles. I mean, look, Stephen, majority of motorcycle drivers are law-abiding, careful drivers, but we see there's a lot of reckless drivers as well of motorcycles, right? So let's talk about what happens if you were injured by a motorcycle or if you were on a motorcycle and you got injured in a car accident, collision with another vehicle. And also, Stephen, you mentioned that in the state of New Jersey, it's a little bit different than filing a claim against a car accident. Let's also discuss what are the details and some nuances of somebody who was involved in a motorcycle accident.
Thank you, Michael. Yes. Motorcycles are very convenient and they are fun to operate properly. New Jersey, however, presents a very significant problem for motorcyclists. And not only in New Jersey, I'm talking about anywhere in a metropolitan area, New York or Connecticut or Massachusetts,
Right.
where you have a large volume of bigger vehicles traveling the highways along with the motorcycles. Because the motorcycles, although they are very convenient in open areas, such as the Midwest or open roads where there's not too much traffic, have a particular exposure to becoming unseen while the drivers are driving. And
Right.
if anybody's been driving on these highways lately, it seems like the rules of the road have been tossed aside. People are not watching where they're going. People are exceeding the speed limit. If anybody's been on the parkway lately, it used to be the speed limit was somewhere between 45 and 65 miles an hour, and they used to enforce that. It doesn't happen anymore. If you're driving at 65 miles an hour, people are passing you going 90, and they're cutting in and out of traffic on very congested roads. So if you're on a bike, a motorcycle, and you're in the middle of that traffic, you could get very injured very fast.
Indeed.
And when that happens, there's not a lot of protection around you because you don't have metal like a car or a truck has. So you're going to hit the pavement, and unless you're well protected with helmet, in Jersey, we require helmets to operate motorcycles. Some states like Florida, they drive without helmets. And every time I go to Florida, I see this and I say to myself, you know, that person's taking their life in their hands because that's a dangerous situation. Yeah. But in New Jersey, there's different laws covering the insurance policies for a motorcycle as opposed to a car.
Okay.
Every vehicle in New Jersey is required to have liability insurance. That includes motorcycles and trucks and cars. And what liability insurance is, it's insurance that you as the owner or the operator of the vehicle have to protect yourself in case you should hurt someone else. And that protects you, your insurance coverage. Now, motorcycles have a minimum requirement of $15,000 as a liability limit, which in most cases is not sufficient to cover your own assets. So you can buy additional coverage, and you should have additional coverage if you operate a motorcycle. The other difference in insurance is that New Jersey laws don't require a motorcyclist to have what they call PIP coverage, PIP.
What is that?
Personal injury protection coverage.
Okay.
When you drive a vehicle, a car, you have to have PIP coverage in New Jersey. And if it comes with the law and with the policy, but in New Jersey, motorcyclists don't have PIP coverage. And what PIP coverage is, it's to protect the operator or the owner who gets injured on a motor vehicle to pay some of their medical bills. So they have possibly an option to buy PIP coverage or medical insurance for that purpose. Okay. And that's a wise move, because when you hit the ground and you're driving at 60 or 70 miles an hour, it's most likely you're going to get hurt some way.
Yeah.
And you should have some insurance. If you don't have a private insurance company to cover you, you should have PIP coverage. So that's basically the difference on the insurance end of it. But motorcyclists have a problem sometimes when they go and get injured because through no fault of their own.
Okay.
Some people think that motorcyclists all are reckless. A lot of them are senior citizens or retired police officers, and they obey the law and they obey the speed limits and they're careful. But there are others out there who take the motorcycles and use them almost as a weapon as they're driving along. And they recklessly cut in and out of traffic, high speeds. And when that happens, we got a dangerous situation on our hands. Okay. So if you're driving along, be aware of motorcycles and give them a little bit more leeway. Most of them are pretty good, but every once in a while you run into somebody that could cause an accident, and you don't want to get into an accident by yourself or with another who's operating a motorcycle. Thank you, Mike.
Steven, thank you. Thank you for a great overview of how the personal injury laws work in the state of New Jersey vis-a-vis motorcycle accidents. Unfortunately, they do happen, and that's why we're here, to educate the public so you are aware of it, you know of it, but we're giving only general information. If you want specific info on your case, you want to get a second opinion, if you were just injured, involved in a car accident or a motorcycle or a truck accident, definitely a good idea to call the law office of Herbert Lawrence, ask for Steven Zielinski or Herbert Lawrence, and get free consultation on what are your rights, what you can expect in filing a claim for your case. The phone number is on the bottom of the screen. Steven, thank you so much. And we're going to talk about next in our session about brain injury. What are possible compensations and how to even detect brain injury? Sometimes it's not so easy. So let's talk about that as well in our next session. Thank you. Until next time.